Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. It's Hopkinton Hiller baseball on HCAM as the Hillers today taking on the Bellingham Blackhawks. It was scheduled for a 5 p.m. start, but they started a little early, and that pitch is going to be drilled into center field, and that is a leadoff single for Colin Sherman. Correction, that is Douglas Walton got the hit. He was just about to write my lineup in, and then the game started. What can you do? Douglas Walton is the leadoff hitter and right fielder, and now we have a center fielder, Ryan Visconti, at the plate. On the mound for the Hillers, we got Nick Pedroli out there pitching, checking at first, running back safe. Hillers' last home game, loss against Dover Sherborne, as that is going to be hit up the left side, and a pair of singles. Actually, did they get the out at first? No, they didn't. So a pair of singles to start things off for Bellingham. So Walton aboard at second base, Visconti at first, and now we have Colin Sherman to the plate, third baseman. Apologies, folks, I'm doing a little announcing and camera work today, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best. We got John Ritz on softball. That game will be getting started shortly as well. And just do myself and I here on the baseball game. Two runners on, no outs. Lineup and the pitch. That is going to be low for a ball, 2-0. That pitch just outside, 3-0. So we have a rough start so far for Trolley. Pedroli's one of those pitchers that can start off sometimes, but really heat up and come into his element and start hitting the strike zone. That's going to be a walk, 4-pitch walk. And now you got the cleanup hitter coming up to the plate. This is Brock Berry, the shortstop. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That pitch inside, 1-1. Bases loaded for Bellingham as they look to get some early fireworks going. Now 1-2 count. Pitch a ball, 2-2. Behind the plate for Pedroli. We'll get you the Hiller defense as soon as we can. A swing and a miss there. There's out number 1. pitches outside. This is the DH, Nick Fantini at the plate. Baseball busy this week. They got Bellingham today, Holliston tomorrow. There's a strike, 1-1. Tomorrow they'll be raising money to fight ALS. So come down, support the vendors. It should be a great time. Line up and the pitch. And that is just outside, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And he gets a piece of this one up the left side, throw home, and they'll get the force out. So you avoid the run, get the force out. Not too shabby. I want to say that was a 5-2 force out. So 2 away. You got Sam Elliott, the first baseman, stepping to the plate. Line up and the pitch. Look out inside. Set to deliver. And there's a ball. 2-0. Both of the Pajoli brothers starting tonight. Pajoli over in left field. And of course, Nick on the mound. Oh, that pitch just missed. 3-1 the count. Looking to get out of this jam. It was once upon a time, bases loaded, no outs. And this is hit in the air, foul out of play. And this is hit high in the air towards center field and caught by James Hayward for the out. And despite the fact Bellingham loads the bases with no outs, the Hillers get out of it in the clear. We'll head to the bottom of the first on HCAM. Bottom of the first inning, Hillers coming up to the plate. You got Mitch Simulus to start things off. Simulus, Nick Pedroli, Dylan Ruff due up. Tom Happy to be with you today. Working a little bit of camera and trying to bring you the action as well. Swing and a miss there. This game started about 10 minutes early, and Bellingham a little late getting their lineup in, so we get their lineups, the Bellingham lineup literally right as the game was starting. Simulus, the DH today. Two and one the count. Light up and the pitch. Look out. 3 and 1. To the set, and a walk is drawn. So lead man on for the Hillers. We'll bring up Nick Pedroli, the pitcher. Set to deliver. This is hit high in the air, and it is coming towards the fence. That is going to drop and be a base hit. And here comes the first Hiller run of the day around to score, and that is going to be an RBI triple by Nick Pedroli. He absolutely tattooed that ball. Mitch Simulus around to score. Hillers on the board. Dylan Ruff to the plate. Well, Pedroli just continues to hit the ball extremely well. Line up and the pitch, and this is hit high in the air, right side, and it's along the foul area in front of the bench, and it is caught by the catcher. One away. Got Michael Sullivan stepping in now. Sullivan at first base today. Cleanup hitter for the Hillers. And he's going to get a piece of this one as well. And it is going to be caught in right field. Runner from third is going to tag and score. A sacrifice RBI flyout for Michael Sullivan. Pedroli around the score, and a job well done there. 2-0 lead for the Hillers. Callahan, the catcher, steps in. Takes that one in there for a strike. Just grab the outer corner. And he is going to get a piece of this one, and that is going to roll into right field for a base hit. And a nice 2-out single for behind. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Zach Stacy. So your Hillers lineup today, and we'll get a courtesy runner coming up. Mitch Simulus, the DH, led off with the walk. Nick Pedroli, the pitcher, hit a triple to drive in Simulus. Dylan Ruff, the shortstop, batting third. Michael Sullivan, first baseman, hitting cleanup, had the sacrifice RBI to score Pedroli. Then you got Callahan, the catcher, hitting fifth. Right now you got Zach Stacy, the right fielder, stepping in. He is hitting sixth. Matt Pedroli, left fielder, seventh. Travis Rich, second baseman, eighth. Chris Wheeler, third baseman, ninth. And that pitch is in there for a strike. James Hayward is playing center field, odd man out of the lineup for the Hillers. to deal. And this is going to be up the middle and dropped. Everybody's going to be safe. Well, they had a force-out opportunity at second base, but the shortstop couldn't hold on, and everybody's safe. 2 on with 2 outs. And that will bring up Matt Pedroli, the left fielder. And that pitch got away from him, a little inside, ball 1. Big one out there for Bellingham. Bit of a rough start, as this is going to be thrown to third base to try to catch the runner stealing. It was the double steal was on, and everybody's safe. Stacy steals second, Mahan steals third. Oh, good steal there. You got a nice inside pitch. That one outside, 3-0. And that is going to be a walk. That's going to load him up. Hiller is one hitter from batting around this inning as Travis Rich, the second baseman, steps in. And that is fouled away. With the early sudden start, trying to fill up my lineup as the game started here. We'll get you the Bellingham defense when we can. Lineup and the pitch. There's a strike. 0-2. Well, if you're Bellingham, you certainly want to try to put a stop to this inning right here. Swing and a miss, and that'll wrap up the inning, but the Hillers played a pair. They lead it 2-0 as we will head to the top of the second. Hillers lead it 2-0 on HCAM. We are ready for the top of the second inning. Brady Varsity steps to the plate. There's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for Bellingham. Varsity, Riley, and Hughes. Pedroli out there on the mound. And he's going to make some good contact here, but it'll go right to Matt Pedroli in left field for the out. One away. And that'll bring up Connor Riley. You see young Matt Pedroli out there. Pedroli on the mound. Matt Pedroli in right field. We'll get you the full Hiller defense, why don't we? As Connor Riley a ball there. You got Nick Pajoli on the mound, Kel Bahan, the catcher, Michael Sullivan at first base, Travis Rich at second base, Dylan Ruff, the shortstop, pitch outside. Gabe Cafazzo at third base from left to right, Matt Pajoli, James Hayward, and Zach Stacy. 1-1 the count. And this is going to be a trickler up the middle, right back to Pajoli, flips to first, gets the out, no problem. 2 away. We'll bring up Colin Hughes, the second baseman. Nick Pajoli had a bit of a rough first inning on the mound, but seems to have really calmed down here. He's had a good season on the mound. And that is fouled away. Ooh, that did not sound good. Somebody might have to call their insurance company. No 1 the count. I believe that was called a strike. 0-2. Yes, indeed. Swing and a miss, and he gets them to wrap up the top of the second. 1, 2, 3, they go. To the bottom of the second we go. Hillers lead it 2-0 on HCAM. We are just about set for the bottom of the second. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the Hillers. Chris Wheeler, the third baseman. Mitch Simulus, the DH. Nick Pajoli, the pitcher, to face Peyton Young, who will work his second inning of the game. Let's take a look at the Bellingham defense. Peyton Young is the pitcher. Brady Irusi, your catcher. At first base, Sam Elliott. Colin Hughes at second base. At shortstop, you got Brock Barry. Third base, Colin Sherman. We'll get you left to right in just a moment as that's fouled away. Left to right, Connor Riley, Ryan Visconti, and Douglas Walton for the Bellingham Blackhawks. Line up and the pitch. And tried to check his swing there, but couldn't hold. 0-2. Got him. So we'll see if it's the same case for Peyton Young. A bit of a rough first inning. Will he calm it down in the second inning? Coming up next, Mitch Simulus. Line up and the pitch. Can't grab the outer corner. 0-1. Side, 1-1. And this is hit high in the air, right side, foul out of play. 1-2 count. another strikeout. So it looks like Peyton Young feeling good out there. That'll bring up Nick Pedroli. Pedroli takes a ball, 1-0. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And this is hit high in the air towards center field and caught for the out. So the Hillers go down 1-2-3. And we are heading to the third inning with the Hillers leading 2-0 on HCAM. Welcome back. We are ready for the top of the third inning. Top of the order for Bellingham. Doug Walton, the right fielder, Ryan Visconti, the center fielder, and Colin Sherman, the third baseman. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. So I don't know if we ever mentioned the full Bellingham order, but it's Douglas Walton, the right fielder, leading off. Ryan Visconti, center fielder, hitting second. Colin Sherman, third baseman, hitting third. That pitch inside. Brock Barry, shortstop, the cleanup hitter. Nick Fantini, the DH, hitting fifth. Sam Elliott, first baseman, hitting sixth. Brady Irusi, the catcher, hitting seventh. Connor Riley, left fielder, hitting eighth. Colin Hughes, second baseman, hitting ninth. That pitch just outside. 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. Set to deliver, and this is fouled off. Good battle here with the leadoff man. Walton singled back last inning. Wind up and the pitch, and that is just foul. Nick Pedroli has pitched 11 1/3 of an inning so far this season. He's given up 5 earned runs. And this is going to be hit over to the first base side. They'll step on the bag, no problem. So they get the out. And now we'll have the second man in the batting order at the plate. 1-3 out. Ryan Visconti at the plate. Swing and a miss. Went to the count. Nick Pajoli, a 3.09 ERA, has made 4 appearances on the mound this season. Look out. A little inside, 2-2. And he got him. Nice strikeout there. 2 away. Colin Sherman stepping to the plate. Colin Sherman, third hitter in the order, hitting a 194 so far this season. He's played in all 10 games. Bellingham 1-9 on the season. As that pitch inside almost hit him. Hillers are 8-4. Hillers just 2 wins away from officially clinching a playoff spot. That pitch just outside. Here's the 2-0. And a strike there, 2-1. Well, Bellingham and Hiller softball also in action. John Ritz broadcasting that game. And they're heading to the 3rd inning as well, and they're scoreless. So looks like a bit of a pitcher duel at the softball game. Pretty nice day here on this Wednesday after 2 days of rain. That pitch outside, 3-1. It was actually a relatively beautiful day earlier. A little cloudy now, but not bad at all. Great conditions. Temperatures in the low 70s. Swing and a miss. And that will wrap up the inning. 2 strikeouts to wrap up the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 3rd with the Hillers leading 2-0 on HCAM. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Hillers. Dylan Ruff, Michael Sullivan, and Cal Mahan. Shortstop steps in. He flew out last inning. And he gets a piece of this right side, picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first, not a problem. 4-3 for out number 1. And that'll bring up Dylan Ruff. Or excuse me, that was Dylan Ruff. That'll bring up Michael Sullivan. Michael Sullivan having a great season for the Hillers with the bat. .343 batting average. No runs, surprisingly, but 11 RBIs. Has 2 doubles and 2 triples to his credit. Takes that one outside. It was like quite a curveball there. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And this is going to be up the left side. The throw over. It's going to be in time. Second out of the inning. A 5-3 out there. And now Cal Mahan stepping to the plate. Well, this game has really calmed down since that first inning where both teams kind of had a little rally going. Bellingham loaded up the bases, but they were not able to score any runs. And it's a bunt. Back to the pitcher. Throw over. And no problem. 1-3 for out number 3. And just like that, we're heading to the top of the 4th with the Hillers leading 2-0 on HCAM. A little look at the softball game as we get ready for the top of the 4th. This game is also live on HCAM. You can find it on another stream on our YouTube page on the HCAM channel or airing on one of the HCAM channels. So there's the look in as they're in the 3rd inning, scoreless game as we enter the 4th inning here. And just as soon as I panned over back to the baseball game, the Hiller base runner advanced a couple more bases off a couple errors. This is Brock Barry at the plate, 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Bellingham. That pitch outside, 1-0. It's Brock Berry, Nick Fontini, and Sam Elliott due up for Bellingham. One and one the count. Line up and the pitch, and this is ripped into left field. That's going to drop in for a hit. A leadoff single to start the 4th. Good piece of hitting there by Brock Barry. And now Nick Fontini coming to the plate. Pitch a ball. Nick Fontini, a .281 hitter. 3 runs scored on the season, 6 driven in. And he gives that one a little pop, but it's caught. on the infield grass by the third baseman for the out. The lights have come on here at the turf fields. There's Gabe Cafazzo making that catch as Sam Elliott set to step to the plate, first baseman. Runner on first, one out. Sam Elliott, a junior, hitting a .83 on the season, an .083. And the runner at first slides back to the bag. Bellingham, one of their struggles has been hitting, only a 200 as a team, 200 batting average. But they are a relatively young team as well. 1-1 the count. A good amount of freshmen and sophomores on the roster. 1 on, 1 out. And he gets a piece of this one. That's going to land in right field for a hit. Well, despite the fact that they're hitting 200 as a team, they don't look like it today. Another single for Sam Elliott. Barry moves up to second. Now you got Brady Arusi, the catcher, stepping to the plate. Brady Arusi, a freshman, hitting a .115 on the season. Wind up and the pitch, just outside. 1-0 the count. No warm-up action for the Hillers, so they're thinking long distance with Pedroli on the hill this game. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And that's fouled off, 1-2. Well, good news from the softball game. The Hillers did indeed score a run. They lead it 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. 2 away. Connor Riley stepping to the plate. Connor Riley, a junior, hitting a .267 on the season. 2 runs scored. And he takes that one for a strike. Down low, 1-1. Both runners with a slight lead. And he was trying to paint the corner there. A little too outside, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. Down low, 3-1. Checking at second, runner back just safe. And the walk is drawn. That's going to load the bases for the second time today for Bellingham. But this time they got it loaded with 2 outs. Colin Hughes, second baseman. 9th hitter in the lineup due up. Colin Hughes only 0 for 3 on the season coming into this game, so doesn't have a lot of experience hitting. Or are we getting a pinch hitter here? It looks like we are indeed. Pinch hitter for Bellingham, that's going to be John Sullivan. So here's John Sullivan stepping to the plate. Wind up and the pitch. Inside. John Sullivan, a senior, hitting a .278 on the season. 4 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a double to his credit. And he gets a good piece of this one. That is going to land in right field. 1 run is in to score. And now they had the runner off guard at second base. He was thinking he could push up to third, but had to go back, but the Hillers defense didn't see it. But in any case, it is a 2-1 game. And now you got the top of the order coming up. Douglas Walton steps to the plate. There's a strike. I'll tell you, this Bellingham team, they're not looking like a 1-9 team. That is up the left side, glove by the shortstop, throw over, and it's dropped, and another run is in. So he's going to reach on the error, and that'll be an unearned run. A rare drop by Michael Sullivan at first base. Bases remain loaded for Bellingham as they have tied this game up. There's a strike. This is Ryan Visconti at the plate, center fielder. Visconti, a senior, hitting a .226 on the season, 8 runs and 5 RBIs to his credit. And he's going to take that one just outside. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Well, the Hillers do indeed have warm-up action now. See if we can pan over and quickly try to see who it was. There's 21 for the Hillers. I believe that's Fitzgibbons, as this is up the left side, and that is going to trickle through, and another run is in. We'll see if they call that an error or a single. I'm guessing a single since the fielder didn't touch it, but Colin Sherman stepping to the plate, and Bellingham has batted around, and they now lead it 3-2. Up the left side, foul. There's a strike, grabs the outer corner, 0-2. Well, if you're the Hillers, you really want to get out of this inning here. Outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. Well, kind of a rough inning there. Bellingham plates 3 runs, and they now lead it 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on HCAM. Bottom of the fourth inning. And now a 3-2 lead for Bellingham. Due up for the Hillers, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Zach Stacy, Matt Pedroli, Travis Rich. As Stacy steps in. Breaking pitch outside there, 1-0. Well, since that first inning, Peyton Young has really calmed down on the hill. He's pitched some solid innings. Wind up and the pitch. And this is hit high in the air. And it's behind home plate and dropped. The catcher couldn't find it. So that's going to end up being a foul ball. 1-1. Zach Stacy having a nice season. .323 batting average, 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs to his credit. Hillers as a team hitting an impressive .284. Breaking pitch up high. There's a ball. 2-2 the count. And this is going to be a little trickler up the middle, picked up by the shortstop, throw to first, and they'll get him. 6-3 for the out. Matt Pedroli set to step in. Coming into this game, Matt Pedroli 0 for 8 at the plate. He walked in the first inning as he swings and misses there, 0-1. And this is hit in the air, right side, and caught for the out. Well, you got some good distance on it. And when you're still looking for that first hit, you at the very least want to be making contact, so that was good contact. Travis Rich set to step in. Rich, a .273 batting average so far this season, 4 runs scored and an RBI to his credit, a swing and a miss there. 0-1 the count. Up high, 1-1. Well, good news from the Hiller softball game. Hillers now lead it 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth, as that one's fouled away. 1-2. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the inning. We are heading to the 5th inning with Bellingham leading it 3-2 on HCAM. HCAM programming is brought to you in part by Beaumaine Pizza and Grill. Made fresh, made local at Bill's on Main. You can visit them online at bomainhopkinton.com. Another look at the softball game. Hillers leading 3-0 in the 4th inning. We're still in progress in the bottom of the fourth. Over here in the baseball game, a 3-2 Bellingham lead. New pitcher for the Hillers. We got Landon Fitzgibbon out there, and he has pitched well for the Hillers this season. He is set to face Brock Barry, the shortstop, who hit last inning to start things off with a single as Bellingham batted around. We do have some positional changes to tell you about. Nick Pedroli now in center field. So he moves over from pitcher and takes over in center field for James Hayward. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And besides that, everything else is the same for the Hillers. Here's the 0-2. Down low. 1-2 the count. And this is hit in the air, right side, and caught by Zach Stacy for the out. So nice out there, nice quick out. Now you got Nick Fontini coming to the plate. Nick Fantini, the DH today. And he's hitting a 281 on the season. As the lefty takes that one inside. .281 with 3 runs and 6 RBIs to his credit. A pair of doubles as well. And he puts this one in the air, foul out of play. One and one the count. And that's fouled off. 1-2. And this is going to be foul. Well, Landon Fitzgibbon, he's been good in that middle relief role for the Hillers. As a multitasking to try to get you some stats on Fitzgibbon. A 4.50 ERA, 4 appearances on the mound. Count is now 2-2. But he's pitched exceptionally well in his last couple of appearances. Wind up and the pitch. And that's fouled away, out of play. Good battle here between Fantini and Fitzgibbon. And just a little outside there, says the home plate umpire. 3-2. Well, Pedroli went 4 innings, giving up 6 runs, 3 runs total, but only 1 was earned as that's foul out of play. Battle continues. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Yeah, I mean, those last couple of runs were tough because they were from an error or a drop at first base by Sullivan as that's popped up foul. A lot of pitches between Fantini and Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon now up to 13 pitches in total, and this is only the second batter he's faced this game. And this is going to be up the right side, glove by the second baseman, throw to first, and they got him. 4-3 for the out. Sam Elliott, first baseman, stepping in. Inside, 1-0. Sam Elliott, a junior, .083 average coming into the game. An RBI to his credit. That grabs the outer corner, 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Softball game remains a 3-0 Hiller lead. They're in the 5th inning as well. Wind up and the pitch, outside. Good block behind the plate by Mahan. 2-2 the count. Time called. And that is going to be hit in the air right side, foul territory out of reach. The 2-2. Outside. And the walk is drawn. They'll bring up Brady Arusi, the catcher. Arusi, a freshman, hitting a 115 coming into today's game. 2 runs, 4 RBIs to his credit. Wind up and the pitch. Breaking pitch, grabs the outer corner for a strike. Fastball there, a little outside, 1-1. Wind up and the pitch, outside, 2-1. Well, Fitzgibbon has had to work quite a bit this inning, and here comes the coach for a few words of wisdom, Matt Anderson. And we had a home run in the softball game. The ball is on the field, and the Hillers have increased their lead. So Hiller softball now up by a score of 4-0. Fitzgibbon set to deal the 2-1. Up high. Yeah, pitch was close, but when you're struggling to find that strike zone, the umpire's not going to give you anything easy. There's a strike, 3-2. Hillers do have warm-up action. Ryan Lang getting loose. Walk drawn, and the ball gets away, but the runners are going to stay put. 2 straight walks. And I'm sure Coach Anderson would really love to see Fitzgibbon just get out of this inning. Especially with a game tomorrow, you want to try to use the least amount of pitching as possible. Connor Riley, left fielder, stepping in. The junior hitting a .267 coming into the game. 2 runs to his credit as that gets away from the catcher. Runners will not advance. Set to deliver. Fouled away. 1-1. He winds and deals just outside. 2-1. Well, you wonder if a walk or something along those lines should happen here. If this would be the last hitter that you have Fitzgibbon's face. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Perhaps we won't have to know the answer to that. Takes a look at second and deals. Fouled off. Connor Riley is grounded out and walked so far today. Time called. Some Wednesday evening baseball and softball on HCAM today. Tom Nappy happy to be with you for the baseball game. John Ritz bringing you the softball game. And that's fouled away. A lot of battles by these Bellingham hitters. And this is going to be sliced up the left side, and they'll get the force out at third, and that will do it for the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th with Bellingham leading 3-2 on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. Bottom of the 5th inning. Hillers back up to the plate. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up. It's Chris Wheeler at the plate. Wind up and the pitch. Outside. Peyton Young remains out there for Bellingham, and since that first inning, he's pitched really well. 2-1 count now. We got Gabe Cafazzo at the plate for Wheeler. So Cafazzo pinch hitting as that one misses. 3-1. Gabe Cafazzo hitting a .231 on the season. 2 runs to his credit. And he's going to draw the walk. Top of the order now, Mitch Simulus stepping in. That pitch a little high, 1-0. Well, of course, you got to watch these Hiller base runners. Always a threat to steal. Mitch Simulus was hitting a .229 coming into today's game with 14 runs and 6 RBIs. And he's going to get a hit here as this is going to drop into left center. Lead runner heading to third. There goes Cafazzo. He's going to try to score. And this game is tied. An RBI double for Mitch Simulus. Cafazzo comes all the way around from first. And we are knotted at 3 apiece. As Nick Pedroli steps to the plate. Pedroli coming into this game has been absolutely crushing the ball. 444 on the season. Fouls that one away. He has 7 runs, 11 RBIs, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run on the season. And pitcher threatens to throw towards second. Runner slides back. Wind up and the pitch, and it's a bunt, and that is a fair ball. Throw to first, gets away, and here comes the go-ahead run. Mitch Simulus around to score. What a job on the bunt by Nick Pedroli. Right up the grass on the third base side, right where you want it. And the ball overthrown by the shortstop to first base, and the Hillers back on top. And now an infield discussion for Bellingham. Well, technically you got to say that Pedroli reached on the error since there was the overthrow. If the throw's on target, it would have got Pedroli. Dylan Ruff set to step to the plate. So far, Peyton Young has thrown 54 pitches. Wind up and the pitch, and he was squaring for perhaps another bunt, pulls it back. Here's the 1-0. And time called as he was looking at the base runners. You know, Pedroli eyeing that third base bag. Outside. Oh, no. Grab the outer corner, says the umpire. 1-1. And he turns towards second, runner back. Now the Hillers are a team that love to steal. 55 stolen bases on the season. Two and one the count. And this is hit in the air over to the right side and caught. Pedroli's going to tag from second, heading to third, and he's aboard. So Nick Pedroli over at third base with just one out. And a chance to give the Hillers a little room to work with. That'll bring up Michael Sullivan, the first baseman. Sullivan is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice RBI flyout. And he was hitting at 343 coming into today's game. 11 RBIs to his credit. He added one here today. A pair of doubles and a pair of triples as well. Takes that one high. 2-0 the count. Down low. Well, the Hillers making Peyton Young work this inning. Now up to 61 pitches. And this is fouled off. 3-1 the count. You know, Coach Matt Anderson trusts Michael Sullivan, letting him swing on that 3-0 count. And he's going to swing here, and he's going to drive this one into right field, and that is going to be a base hit. An RBI single for Michael Sullivan as Nick Pedroli around to score, and the Hillers go up by 2. And we'll get a courtesy runner out there. Pinch runner, rather, in the case of Michael Sullivan. Actually, you can courtesy run for first baseman as well, so that makes sense. Chris Wheeler is at first base. Cal Mahan at the plate, swing and a miss. He takes off, slides into second safely, and the ball got away a little bit, but he's going to stay put. Quickly gathered up in shallow center field. Cal Mahan, a 303 coming into today's game. Time called there. He has 3 runs and 3 RBIs to his credit. That pitch up high. Well, the sun's starting to peek out a little bit. Some of the clouds depart. And this is hit up the left side. Grabbed by the third baseman, throw to first. And did they get him? Yes, they did. So 5-3 for out number 2. And now Zach Stacy due up. Hillers still have a runner on third. And this is driven in the air to left center. That's going to drop, and that is going to roll a bit and be another Hiller run as Zach Stacy aboard at second base with an RBI double. Michael Sullivan, or the pinch runner for Michael Sullivan, Chris Wheeler, around to score. And the Hillers now feel a little bit comfortable as they are up 6-3. There's Matt Pedroli. Fouls that into the backstop, 0-1. Update from Hiller softball. Bellingham's on the scoreboard, but Hillers still lead 4-1 in the 6th inning in that game as that pitch is outside. 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike, 1-2. Well, the Hiller bats making more noise. Looks like they just got on the scoreboard once again. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Check in at third. He was safe, but it will not matter because that was a strikeout and out number 3. But the Hillers go through 8 hitters in the inning, and they plate 4 runs. They now lead it 6-3 as we head to the top of the 6th on HCAM. Top of the 6th inning. Landon Fitzgibbon remains out there. And the first pitch of the inning to John Sullivan is a ball. 9-1-2 hitters for Bellingham. That is hit in the air, foul out of play. Look out, cars. 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. And a swing and a miss there. 1-2. Hiller softball now leading 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Time called. The sun really starting to glare out. It was pretty cloudy when we started this game, but the clouds have since went away a little bit as this is hit in the air and caught in center field by Pedroli for the out. One away, top of the order due up as Doug Walton steps to the plate. Takes that one for a strike. 0-1. There's strike 2. 0-2. Yeah, I think, you see Fitzgibbon back out there. He might have come back out either way, but that cushion that the Hillers were able to get with a 4-run bottom of the 5th certainly made them re-strategize, I'm sure, as this is hit up the left side, picked up by the shortstop, throw to first, not a problem. Some contact there between the runner and Michael Sullivan. Sullivan did his best to get out of the way. Fortunately, everyone okay. 2 outs. Ryan Visconti to the plate. Well, as if trying to film and announce the game wasn't difficult enough. I now have a nice sun glare right at me. Pitch inside. 1-0. And this is going to be hit up the left side, picked up by the third baseman. Throw over, not a problem. 5-3, 4-out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th on HCAM with the Hillers leading 6-3. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as Mapfree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. We are ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Hillers leading by 3 runs. Travis Rich at the plate. Actually, we have Bauschman who pinched hit, and he's going to roll this one up the middle. And the throw over is going to be in time. 6-3, 4-out number 1. So Bauschman pinch hits. And now Hillers emptying the bench a little bit. Got Kramus at the plate now. That was actually Gavin Liptak who just hit. And he is going to put this one up the middle. What a play by the shortstop. Throw to first is off the mark. So that is going to be a single. So single by Kramus. Top of the order now, Mitch Simulus at the plate. 1 on, 1 out. Checking at first, runner back safe. Checks in again, runner slides back. Well, the Hiller base runners love to get in the opponent's head. And this is going to be hit in the air right side, and it is caught for the out. Runner stays put at first base. Two away. Nick Pedroli coming to the plate. Checking at first, runner slides back. Well, Hiller's softball has completed the win against Bellingham. They took the game 5-1. That's Cafazzo over at first base. I believe he came in as a pinch runner, as this is going to be popped up in foul territory out of play. Cafazzo will return to first base. Runner on first, 2 outs. Checking at first, runner slides back safe. And this is hit in the air over to center field and caught for the out. And just like that, we are heading to the top of the 7th with the Hillers leading 6-3 on HCAM. Top of the 7th inning, 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Bellingham. Colin Sherman steps in. Landon Fitzgibbon remains out there for the Hillers. Why not? He had a nice inning last inning. And the Hillers would love to see him finish this game. And that reminds me to remind you, tomorrow night, we got more Hiller baseball and softball, as well as a lacrosse game in the mix. And this is going to be hit up the middle, picked up by the second baseman, throw to first, and he got him. A nice throw off the back foot. 4-3 for the out. That brings up Brock Barry, the cleanup hitter. So we got Hiller baseball and softball against Holliston, both games at 6:30 p.m. And before that, we got Hiller boys lacrosse against Bellingham, a 4 p.m. game. So I'll be on the boys lacrosse baseball doubleheader, and we'll also have the softball game for you as well. John Ritz will be bringing you the softball game. Hiller softball getting a nice win today. Hiller baseball hoping to do the same. The 0-1. Little inside, says the home plate umpire. 1-1. Brock Barry 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored a run as part of the 2-run fourth for Bellingham. And he's going to hit this one in the air, and it is caught by Pedroli. A sliding catch there. What a beauty of a play that was. We'll have to mark that one down. That deserves to be on the highlight reel. 2 away. Stepping to the plate, Nick Fantini. Bellingham down to their final out. That was a ball, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Set to deliver. There's a strike, 2-1. In there, 4 strike, grabs the inner corner, 2-2. And Fitzgibbon actually would be in line for the win, shall he complete this game. That pitch inside, full count. He winds and deals, outside, walk drawn. That'll bring up Sam Elliott, the first baseman. And we'll have Coach Anderson come to the mound. And I think you got to leave Fitzgibbon in for at least another hit or try to see if he can close this out. But since his first inning of relief, that was a little shaky. He's pitched really well. And just some words of wisdom. I'm sure the coach is saying, come on, you can do this. Get the final out. Let's go. Elliott steps back in. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. The 0-1. Down low. 1-1. And this is going to be hit up the middle. And the throw over, and they will get him, and that'll be your ball game. A 6-3 out for out number 3, and the Hillers come away with the 6-3 win over Bellingham. Great performance by Hopkinton. They were down for a while, but came back with a 4-run fifth inning and got the job done. Hillers now improved to 9-4 on the season. Bellingham falls to 1-10, and the Hillers had a nice win going into their big battle with a good Holliston Panthers team tomorrow night at 6:30. An impressive win for the Hillers as they score 6 runs on 7 hits, committing 1 error. Bellingham, 3 runs on 6 hits, committing 3 errors. Great job by Landon Fitzgibbon coming in relief the final 3 innings, and he was actually in line for the win, so he'll pick up the win here in today's game. Your offensive performance of the day, Nick Pedroli went 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 runs scored and an RBI. But that is going to do it for our coverage here today. The final score for the final time, Hopkinton Hillers defeat Bellingham 6-3. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.